Hello everyone, welcome to In Sync with Knowledge. Today we are going to explore our minds from the stories of Indian mythology. Story title: The Trishanku Heaven. Long ago there lived a king, Trishanku, the ruler of the Lunar dynasty in ancient India. One day Trishanku went to his guru Vashishta and said, "I want to leave this earth, but not as a soul, but in my human form." Vashishta was startled. "But that's unholy. I can't do that," said Vashishta. "You have to do it, O great sage, for my sake." Trishanku insisted, "But that's just impossible," said Vashishta. But Trishanku was not ready to listen. He decided to approach Vashishta's sons. "O Trishanku went to Vashishta's sons and put forth his request. They too felt irritated at the unreasonable demand. "How dare you come to us when our father has already turned down your demand?" he shouted at Trishanku. Vashishta's sons cursed Trishanku to become an untouchable. The next morning, when Trishanku woke up, he was in a deformed shape. His skin was darkened, his hair had fallen out, he had bruises all over his body, and his jewels had turned into bones. As soon as Trishanku came out of his royal chambers, the guards shouted at him, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" "I am your king," said Trishanku, but no one believed him. The guards chased him out of the palace. Trishanku felt helpless and horrified, but he was still keen on leaving the earth in his human form. So he went to the sage Vishwamitra and told him how Vashishta had turned down his demand and how his sons had punished him. "O great sage, grant me my wish," he said. Now Vishwamitra was Vashishta's arch rival, so he decided to fulfill Trishanku's demand. At first, he tried to convince the gods to accept Trishanku in heaven. But when they refused, the sage, using his powers, made Trishanku rise to heaven. But this was not to be. As soon as he reached the threshold of heaven, the gods pushed him down. They were not willing to let a mortal body inside heaven. Trishanku would have dashed to earth and died had Vishwamitra not saved him. Vishwamitra was angry at the gods, so he froze Trishanku midway between the earth and the heavens. Let the gods keep their heavens. I shall make you your own heaven," said Vishwamitra. He thought and he planned to make the Trishanku heaven. The gods were terrified of Vishwamitra's powers, so they ran to the holy sage Brihaspati and said, "Vishwamitra is going to create his own heaven. He can do anything. Please stop him." Brihaspati then intervened. "Matter. Stop this madness, Vishwamitra. We should not disturb the laws of nature." Paying heed to Brihaspati's advice, Vishwamitra gave up his plan. Trishanku was thus deprived of his unreasonable wish. He became a constellation and was fated to remain fixed in the sky, hanging between the earth and heavens.